What's up, guys, and welcome back to Average Takes. How we
Hello,
feeling? How we feeling?
hello, hello.
Back again.
Yes, sir,
Today,
yes, sir.
we are changing up our style a little bit. We're bringing
Hello.
you a Sunday night recap of our
Hello.
favorite games of the week.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Nope.
All the way from down there.
All right, great. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Average Takes. First game we got is
Our game of the week.
it was a heartbreaker. It literally was. Bills
Not
Cardinals.
for me.
Bills Cardinals. DeAndre Hopkins. Hail
What an
Mary. Are you
ending.
serious?
What
Hail
an
Mary.
ending.
Could not have pictured that.
Thank you
Could
for
not
putting
have
it
been
down in
better.
my book.
Could not have been better.
Do we call DeAndre Hopkins Megatron Jr. or do we just call him Megatron since Megatron's not in the
He's
league no more?
D-Hop.
Or do we give him his own name? Yep.
D-Hop.
D-Hop.
D-Hop
D-Hop.
Duncan. Because he's dunked on 3 defenders. That was the craziest touchdown I've seen in a while. Best play of the whole entire year.
Yep.
Kyler rolling out to escape, evade the sack, to just launch that thing.
Slamming it on the table, hanging it all out there, throwing that thing up there.
Did you see the picture of the hands like catching the ball, and it said this should be a Jordan logo, Jordan commercial.
Yep.
And it was literally the Jordan gloves, and then it had Adidas gloves under it, and then the
and
Nike
Nikes.
glove on the side. Like
coming up with the
that
ball.
picture
That's
should be
fire.
like that should be their like forever logo.
I'm always
We rise
confused.
above.
Always confused on Hail Marys, on how like the defender doesn't just want to bat the ball away. Like why do they always try to pick it though? Why do they
It's whoever jumps at the right time. You got to catch the ball at its highest peak.
Okay,
bro.
but if you're trying like as a defender to just block the ball, why don't you just literally do anything you can to not let the ball? They try to pick it off, they try to catch it. Literally just put a hand and literally do something.
It's harder than you think. I want to see you out there doing it.
I'm a ball hog.
Catch. He's got possession.
I'm a fucking ball hog. I got the best hands on the side.
Highest point. He went up there and got the highest point, like the drill used to do back in football.
You ain't on this side of the Mississippi.
Well, west side, homie.
Another big day is Kenyon Drake, though. 16 carries, 100 yards. Did great for that Cardinals team.
Yeah, but Kyler stealing all his TDs.
I mean, you got to do what you got to do to win the game. If Kyler's going to run in 2 touchdowns and throw a touchdown, you catching the dub,
you let him.
I'm taking it.
Need it.
I think he's a little mad after that. He's feeling Kyler's being a little selfish.
They got the dub, and he's
nobody's thinking about that, bro.
They're eating W's in the locker room.
Kenyon Drake's that type of guy. He's already left one locker room.
You're not a team player.
Kenyon Drake is that type of guy.
When he's on the bad Dolphins team, maybe. But not on a good Cardinals team.
I picked D-Hop to go off in fantasy, and he did exactly that for me. Way to have a comeback week after a poor week before and a loss. You come back and you get the game-winning touchdown. That has to make you feel so good and put yourself at a higher bracket. I mean, they were arguing who's the best wide receiver in the league, and I got one vote right now, and it's for D-Hop.
D-Hop
for sure. That was a walk-off catch, too. That was so sick.
Can't put him at best yet.
Yes, you can. I mean, Stefan's having a great year, but I'll take D-Hop any day.
Not even Stefan.
Who is it? I want to hear your idiot remark, bro.
Do you forget about who leads the league in touchdowns? Devontae Adams?
It's Devontae Adams.
Yeah. Devontae Adams is the best receiver in football. He's the best receiver.
He's the only target that Aaron got.
He has the most chemistry with any of the top 3 wide receivers because Stephon Diggs is still getting to know Josh Allen up there.
Yeah,
Kyler's just getting to know DeAndre Hopkins. Devontae been there his whole career with the same quarterback.
And we love it.
Yeah, you can put Devontae there, but I'll take D-Hop over him.
It's D-Hop.
Let's talk about the battle of the division rivals, Seahawks versus Rams. Oh, I see.
Mind blown
now.
Yeah, this was the Sunday night game.
Or
not the Sunday night game. This was
I think I've been saying this for 3 weeks. The Seahawks are bad. They're frauds. I don't like them. They're
That
really bad.
defense is
The
so
Rams,
bad.
the Rams kind of beat them like it was a cruise fest the second half. Like the Rams, Russell Wilson looked really bad. I don't know what else to say. This Seahawks team is falling apart. Week by week, it's getting bad. It's getting worse.
That defense is just so bad, bro. It literally hasn't helped them all year. I mean, Russ has a bad day, and they take this loss. I hope it.
He's been having a couple bad days.
Yeah, the last couple. This
it's
last
because
like 3 out of 4. I think they've lost.
He has to be in the games they've won. He's been perfect. He has to be perfect, and it's taken a toll on him. And this is week 10 now, and he's not been perfect 3 weeks, and he has 3 losses. His defense has no help, and that's the only way that this team wins right now is if he's playing perfect. And to expect a quarterback to play perfect is hard. It's really hard.
It's also hard going against. The
Seattle team looks a lot. Go ahead.
I was saying it has to be hard going against Jalen Ramsey all game for DK. He shut that man down. When you ain't got DK open, and DK's usually the number. He has the number 1 receiver versus single man coverage, and Jalen covered him for 30 routes, and he only had 28 yards. That's insane to me. That's top corner.
I was watching the game, and like half the routes, Russ not even looking over there. He's literally just zoning in, like he cuts off half the field, and I'm like,
it's an island.
Like, yeah, let if you got DK out there, let's just see what happens. Like if you throw a pick, you already thrown 2.
Big thing is though, Chris Carson was out too. Though Russell Wilson was their leading rusher today, bro. That takes big toll.
Yeah, what I was saying was Seattle looks a lot like their offense is similar to how the Dallas Cowboys were with Dak. They're leaning on their quarterback, and they have a super talented quarterback and a lot of talented pieces around him. But when that quarterback isn't perfect, like Shenny's saying, literally you see what happens. They end up losing the game. They're living by a sword, and they're dying by it.
Yeah.
What is that? 3 straight they've lost?
3 out of the last 4, I believe.
They won 1 in between.
3 of the last 4.
Lost to the Rams, lost to the Bills.
They beat the 49ers.
Lost to the Cardinals.
Yep.
That's a whole 4 games is a quarter of the season too, and you're losing 3 or 4. That's not good. Not good at all.
And they have a very hard game next week versus the Cardinals, who already beat you this year.
Yeah, tough.
On Thursday, short week too.
Short week to turn around a terrible game.
Do I think they do it?
Yeah. Good luck.
Let's talk about the Sunday night upset: Ravens versus Patriots.
Yuck.
That game.
Go ahead, Shenny. Shenny.
It was ugly weather. Let me just say that before Shenny goes all crazy. It was the ugliest game. It was raining.
It was only ugly the last 2 minutes of the game.
No, the whole game was raining.
The Ravens
suck. The Ravens suck. Lamar Jackson sucks. The Ravens are terrible. I've said this last week. I hope you listen to me because I've been nailing things right on the head. The Ravens fucking suck. Get over it. Lamar Jackson sucks. He's a running back, and they cannot throw the ball ever.
Yeah, Lamar Jackson
49 yards
is 1-7
after Thanksgiving.
He's down at halftime in his career, and his first win was last week versus the Colts.
He doesn't have that clutch gene.
Yeah, that's what that is. And it also it's hard when you're not that great at quarterback, like at throwing the ball already, and when it's raining, pouring, it's just gonna hurt you even worse. And then so the defense could focus on running. And I mean, it was an ugly game. Cam Newton out-dueled in the battle of the quarterbacks to get the dub. And
to get the dub. Not really the battle of the quarterbacks, Lamar won.
Yeah,
Lamar won
to get the dub.
Yeah.
Cam did what he had to do.
Right.
Unfortunate, man. Very unfortunate.
It's unfortunate because Lamar's
Ravens team just not mixing it up good. They just their offense is literally it's just Lamar. That's all Lamar. They can do really.
Yep.
Yeah, and in those situations where they need to get that 3rd and 1, 4th and 1, 3rd and short, they go to him, and defenses are knowing that. They know that that run is coming. That quarterback keeper is coming. So they could zone that, and they just I mean, I don't know. This offense seems pretty predictable. Like Lamar was saying himself, defenses are calling out. And that just sucks because I thought this Ravens team was better than that.
No, they're not. They're not better.
It looks
than
like
that.
they're just trying to rerun what he did last year, and they're just leaning on him, and they needed more. They
have the
realize
same
now,
record
probably
as the
too late, that
Browns.
they needed more.
It won't.
It's tough.
They won't be better.
Same record as the Browns.
And the Browns are
It's
shitty.
ugly.
That's hard to
The
hear.
Browns are
bad.
shitty.
That's so
Real
hard
bad.
to hear because especially with the 9-0 Steelers,
Looking
That division's
tough.
Sewn up.
looking tough.
Sewn up.
What game are we trying to talk about next?
You can say that
Battle of-
We're
again.
already talking about them.
You can say that
Since we're
again.
already talking about them.
Just say it one more time for
Steelers,
me.
Bengals.
Say it one more time.
The 9-0 Steel Curtain, the Pittsburgh Steelers, the legendary, never before seen, the greatest Pittsburgh dynasty of all time, took on the kitty
Pittsburgh
cat
Steelers.
offense and defense in Cincy. Yeah. No. Go ahead, Shenny. Let us know what happened in the game.
Let's hear what happened this week in
Well, it
Pittsburgh County.
it was a very good game, I would say. Wrapped it up early in the first quarter. It was 12-0 very early. Big Ben, 333 yards, 4 touchdowns. I think Bob was saying how he looked scary last week, but I think those thoughts are in the back of his mind now. Has no idea where they're at. Big Ben is not looking scary. Juju, 9 receptions, 77 yards and a TD. Claypool had 2 TDs on the day. Deontay Johnson had a great day, had over 100 yards and a touchdown. Like, I don't know, the Steelers team is looking crazy, and James Conner wasn't even productive at all today. Literally didn't do nothing.
That's
And
our
we're
fantasy
running
pick.
through these teams. We're running through.
We
Next
played
week
the
we got the
2-6
Jags.
Bengals. Congrats.
Yeah, I mean,
Hey, we're 9-0.
it's definitely better than they looked last week versus a worse Cowboys team. I think this Bengals team was better than the Cowboys team, and this was a bad game. I mean,
The 2-6 Bengals team who beat the Titans.
yeah, the Titans are also bad.
And
Titans
who
are
else
also
beat-
bad, bro.
Who else beat the
But the
Titans?
Steelers are looking good. I mean, I can't lie. They're undefeated. Big Ben actually showed up this week. He threw the ball 46 times, so I imagine that his stats would look like that. James Conner didn't have a good week running the ball. I still think this Steelers offense is scary. I'm not going to lie to you. The games that the competition is real, that the Steelers offense is scary, and teams that are real. But 16-0 does look good for the Steelers team, and I honestly can't take nothing away. They're undefeated. No holes right now.
Undefeated. 9-0.
Won't win the Super Bowl.
Won't.
Yeah.
Time will tell.
I mean, everything you've said about the Steelers this year has been completely wrong.
Picked them
So
this
I'm
week.
gonna
So that's not
I'm gonna
true.
stick with your
Yeah.
word saying that's gonna
We
happen.
picked them.
It's been completely wrong.
No, picked them. Picked them multiple weeks too. So not completely.
Yeah. So something that will
Next
tell
game?
in the future is the careers of 2 quarterbacks that battled in our next game. We have the Dolphins and Tua versus the Chargers and Justin Herbie.
I wouldn't say it was much of a battle.
I mean, it
more
was
of a
going into the
one-sided-
game.
One-sided.
That was
game.
the matchup. Was the 5th pick versus or the 4th pick versus the 5th pick or 5th versus 6th, whatever.
21.
Yeah. I mean, the Dolphins were the better team all around. Special teams showed out again. Defense showed out again. Tua didn't even have to do much. This team is looking good, and I hope they make the playoffs. I would like to see this team in playoffs and like versus real competition. They've played very well all year. Tua stepped up, bro, taking this team. Like, I don't know if Fitzmagic would be doing or getting these wins that Tua is.
Yep. Tua's looking real solid back there, real fluid in his rookie season.
His first 3 starts.
Yeah, that kind of
3-0.
makes me question why Fitzpatrick came out all butthurt about it if he knew how good Tua was. He was playing.
He
That's
knew
probably
how
why he
good
was all
this team
butthurt.
was. That's why he was
Yeah.
hurt.
He's like, I wanted to be the guy. He knew how good it was.
And
Yeah,
he's
that makes
holding
sense.
them back. The losses they have
Yeah.
are, I mean,
More his fault,
like
kind
we
of.
were talking about, the Patriots game, he threw 3 interceptions and they only lost by 10 points.
Yep.
You imagine what this Tua would do? I mean, we'll see later on this year, but
Tua's definitely opened some eyes. I didn't expect him to come he looks prepared when he's playing. He looks prepared and looks comfortable. Wasn't expecting that right out the gate how he has been, but he's 3-0 as a starter, and the Dolphins continue to keep the roll on. Their schedule's looking pretty. I don't know if we'll see how they do. They're a good team right now, so we'll keep
the
it like
schedule
that.
doesn't seem too hard. I mean, they have a couple games.
The Steelers got the same win percentage. 100%.
100%.
W.
Yeah.
Chargers are sucking, bro. They're tanking.
Tank for a top 5 pick. Keep it that way.
Yeah.
A game that we were all wrong on. Eagles versus Giants.
In everybody's favorite division in the NFL.
Hate to hear it.
If your favorite team's in this division, you have been hating this year. You hate 2020 football.
Everybody that is a fan of a team in this division, they lost those fans. They got to restart a whole new fan base. Maybe the Giants fans are still there, actually.
Feels bad.
I mean,
so who's
Giants
winning the division now?
It's still Eagles. It's still Eagles that are
because of the tie. The tie will literally hold them above them every time.
Yeah, it's 3-7, 2-7, 2-7, and then 3-5-1. You'll love to see it.
And all of, I'm gonna say 2 of those teams' wins are only in division. Literally.
Yep.
I think the Giants are one of them. Only in division games.
Yeah, Giants.
They only beat each other.
They only beat each
outside.
other.
This league needs a little shakeup. I mean, that division's just poor.
Or maybe they can just pull some money out.
All of the worst teams in the rest of the division are at least 3 wins. The rest of the divisions have at least 3 wins as their lowest. And that's the most in that division. No, in the NFC I meant.
Oh, NFC, yeah.
Jets are 0-9 in the AFC.
Well, since we're talking about the Eagles and Giants and how the Giants won, this is going to perfectly transition to my average player of the week, Mr. Daniel Jones. I mean,
I led in passing and rushing.
It was very average, though.
It doesn't sound that average. Does not sound
9
that
carries,
average.
64 yards,
27 points doesn't sound average.
No, that does not sound average.
He was 21 of 28, 244 yards passing, no touchdowns, no interceptions, and then 64 yards rushing, 1 touchdown rushing.
Yeah, that's a great game,
21 of 28,
buddy.
though? Yeah, he's too good to be
that's
average.
I think that's average.
Slightly above.
Yeah.
Slightly above.
I think that's average. You let your team.
You got voted off the island.
Yeah, voted off.
You got voted off the island.
Yeah, my average player of the week is going to be Luton the Futon. He had 167 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. They went on to lose the game. I feel like that's not terrible. The 1 pick might put him just below average, so I'll let you guys debate it if he gets voted off.
I think that's pretty good for him. He's a third-string quarterback, and he's still trying to work. Second game started of his whole career. I'm gonna say that's a plus for him.
So it's above average.
It's above average.
That's tough.
I think that's pretty average, honestly. I mean, the loss I think puts it under.
My average play is Derek Carr. Guy won by so many points. Snagged him from Shenny. I put Baker Mayfield in my notes. Derek Carr had a way better game. A way better average game, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
He had 154 yards, and they won by more than 15 points. So
W. I agree.
Shenny,
I think
who's
Derek
your
Carr.
average player of the
Full
week?
good.
Yeah, Shetty, who would you pick?
This goes Daniel Jones, Jake Luton, and then from Roman Villa, I'm gonna take Baker Mayfield. What?
But then I saw your pick, and I had to take it.
Oh, that was so funny.
That is not how it works.
It just worked, though.
I'm changing my vote to Derek Carr, too, so I think Derek Carr wins.
If we're going to go average player of the week, I'm going to go James Conner, 13 rushes for 36 yards.
That's below average. That's terrible game.
Yep.
Sorry, my player gets shot taken.
I don't think Derek Carr should win it
You
either.
can
I
agree with
think
me.
out of this list, it would be Jake Luton. Derek Carr had 154 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. That's a terrible game. I know they got the
scored
W.
37
average. They got
points.
Running
37
backs
points,
did
bro.
everything.
Oh my
They had
touchdown from
200
Devontae
rushing
Booker.
yards.
All
That
he had to do
doesn't-
was play average, and they
He's
got the
literally
dub, bro.
the most average
That's
player
average.
of
That's
the
an
week.
average.
Wait, who had higher completion percentage though? That would be the difference.
Derek Carr was 16 for 25. Do the math.
Okay, that is 62%.
It's around
I just did that off the top
70.
of my head.
Around 70.
Luton was 18 and 35 for 160.
It's way
sounds-
worse.
That sounds average.
And Luton threw an INT.
It's his second game of his NFL whole career.
That's pretty average.
That's good for him. That's good against the Packers defense. Who's he supposed to throw the ball to? Derek Carr has
Defense is dog.
Henry Ruggs, Darren Waller, Josh Jacobs, Hunter Renfrow, everyone. He is the most average player this week.
Don't put Hunter Renfrow in that conversation.
Well, if it's Derek Carr, then congratulations, Roman, on
Yes,
your
sir.
pick.
Derek Carr.
Derek Carr.
Derek Carr was 64%.
That's an average day.
Off the top of my head, that's pretty good.
That's fucking ridiculous.
That's unreal.
Derek Carr
that
was
just
my
happened.
pick, everybody.
No,
Roman's
you heard
taking
it. Roman called it.
Roman's taking my input from my brain, my sources.
That was such
And
a. I don't know
putting
where
it
Roman
onto
got that.
his-
That was a hella good pick.
Yeah.
I
onto
would never
his
have thought of
mouth.
that by myself.
Just
That's
ran right
fishy.
into it.
That's fishy.
Right into it.
I want to fucking redo. I want to redo now.
Recount
Recount. Give me a fucking recount now.
In the Oval
in the
Office.
Oval Office.
Hey, that's the title. Shenny demands a recount. That's the title of the video.
Perfect.
Bullshit.
Fire.
Like and subscribe, baby.
Yeah, make sure you like,
Like
subscribe,
and subscribe.
comment who was the average player of the week in your eyes. If
Hey, we're pushing out content to you guys.
Fuck
Yeah.
Roman.
Great
Pushing it out.
content.
Pushing it out.
all right,
We're your new
Thanks
YouTube
for
channel.
watching. As
Nothing wrong with
always,
being
like
average.
and subscribe.
You're